And I think, Tracy, you've answered the question on the screen there from Palesa, who asked, what is the best way to communicate that you're not comfortable sharing your current salary in an interview. However, so I think, Tracy, you said have an offline discussion, but, I think recruiters and hiring managers are entitled to see a recent payslip. I mean, there's
they often ask.
Yeah, where that's a requirement. So just important about that. And Aputi says, thanks very much. Very informative indeed. All right, Tracy, just going slightly off topic here, but certainly, let's help as much as we can. Wiseman asks, where can law students find mentors for direction, guidance, and inspiration during and after college? So I'll start by saying, join us in the Facebook group, where we have thousands of students at different stages, some finished and some gone on into the workplace, but it is a thriving community of mainly South African students and early stage professionals. And that would be a great question to ask. And we actually have a mentorship program in the Facebook group where you can offer your services as a mentor. And I think there are 10 or 11 mentors already in the group. And when you join, you just click the button for mentorship, and you can choose from the profiles in the Facebook group which mentor you'd like to get in touch with. And then that's up to you guys how you want to handle that mentorship arrangement. And usually we suggest, an informal 45-minute discussion once a week or every 2 weeks. And it's got to be mutually beneficial, right? So, I mean, and relevant to your stage. And in Wiseman's case, obviously you'd want somebody with a legal background to give you that guidance, inspiration. Tracy, your thoughts?
Yeah, so mentors are so critical. I think we underestimate the impact a mentor has. And especially as a young person, you feel a bit, awkward to ask someone, would they want to mentor me? Am I rashing them, etc. Once we have a bit of experience, professionals like to know that we're bringing up the next generation, so we want to share. So first thing is, don't hesitate, whether in law or otherwise, don't hesitate to ask someone. You may have to ask 5 people to find someone, but don't hesitate to ask someone to be your mentor. And mentors can be, they can be for many different reasons. So in Wiseman's case, it sounds like you want somebody who is going to who's going to guide you generally around law and moving on within the legal field. Whereas sometimes people want a mentor who's specifically in a company they want to work for, or else is in a company they want a mentor to help them to get. This is a good point, because when Peter and I met with Leaply, with Tian from Leaply 2 weeks ago, you guys will probably know Leaply is a platform that a lot of companies in South Africa use to hire their graduates and their students. And Leaply said the most companies that they have, the most clients are in the legal field. So if you do have a Leaply profile, check that out, Wiseman, because you'll see which companies do recruit law graduates. And then perfect thing is to then go and look at those companies on LinkedIn and go find some of the senior legal people there, and you direct message them and you ask them. They can say yes or no. And remember, the whole thing is not to start off by saying, I am just entering into this profession. I see you have loads of experience. Would you be open to a 30-minute Zoom or a coffee sometime just to share your story? You're not asking any real favors. You're not saying, I want a job that they can say no, we don't have roles or whatever. You're just saying, I'm reaching out. You don't need to make it formal, as in, hi, I'd like you to be my mentor. People will just get a lot of those kind of questions, requests, and it's overwhelming. So just start by reaching out to somebody in any of those cases, whether you want a general mentor, whether you want a mentor who's going to help you get into the company, whether you're in a company and there's senior people you want to use. Just start with spending time with the person. You'll soon see whether or not there's a connection. And then you can ask if it becomes something a little more, structured.
Yeah. Tracy, I'm just thinking in the Facebook group, you may recall, and we've spoken about this example many times, but one of our community members used the principle of burning their boats, and her name is Ramona. And we've spoken about this many times because we've taught about burning the boats as a way of beating procrastination and managing your time. And in fact, we've got a couple of courses on that, and we've had a number of webinars on how to manage your time better as a student. And that's one of the principles we teach. And she used that principle very effectively in the group by asking the group to hold her accountable. And what I remember from Ramona was that she was doing law. And she used that burn the boats principle and Kanban, which is another principle that we spoke about, time management, to complete a number of sections of her law degree and pass assignments and get through exams, etc. So Ramona is a long-standing champion of the Student Success Coach Facebook group. And Wiseman, if you pop into the group and make a post, you can tag Ramona in your post, and then you guys can connect and go from there. And maybe she can introduce you to somebody if she's not available or whatever the case may be. But Ramona is definitely I think she's a graduate law student. She's finished now, but she was very active in the group and very helpful and supportive, and has those skills of time management and managing your tasks, burning your boats. And those are the kind of things that you want a mentor to do to hold you accountable, right? I mean, a mentor is also going to say, okay, by the next week, I want you to have done this, this, and this. And they're going to nudge you and facilitate your own self-development.